All right, it's on a sling, so that means can only mean one thing. It's about to head in, so getting ready to do some shimming of the throwout bearing on this new RXT clutch, and about ready to go home. So pretty excited to see it all come together, and we can't wait to hear some noise in the pipes on this whole unit. Hey guys, before we get today's video started, I want to remind you that the Motion Raceworks Calypso Fox Body Dream giveaway is going on now. And this car keeps getting better as we go. It's like unbelievable. It's picked up somehow another 300 more horsepower. It's gotten a bunch of new parts on it. And the giveaway from day one, which is already awesome, just continues to get better. So don't forget, don't miss out on your opportunity to get entered to win on this thing. Full details down in the description below. But anyways, let's get to the video. You guys know where to find all the apparel, t-shirts, parts, all that stuff. MotionRaceworks.com or TBMBrakes.com. Automatic entries, every $5 you spend.
With Justin Starkey, we're at VMP Superchargers, getting some upgrades for the Fox. So as you saw, our choice for this car was to do a Predator engine with a stock blower to goal for making 750 wheel horsepower. So the thought was to have the perfect daily driver. Like you guys saw, we wanted to not build a race car, we're gonna build a street car, get in, turn the key, have all the luxuries of a brand new engine management system that comes in a stock 22 and newer GT500, have all the horsepower, and be good to go. So again, self-control, we're gonna use a stock blower. The stock blower is more than capable of making the power we want. With a few upgrades here from VMP, it's going to perform very well. Justin's gonna tell us about the parts we're getting to put on this.
Hey everybody, I'm Justin. Brett and I have known each other for a long time. My wife has raced Brett many times when his car was much slower, right?
Yeah.
Now it's really fast. So at VMP, we do everything, tuning, superchargers, and modification. And so naturally, Brett called us. Let me tell you, this Predator swap is really popular right now. So we have dug into our parts bin, plus some upgrades we make for the Predator superchargers. And we're in a really good place to support these swaps. I got with Brett, learned about the engine he's using, the control system, and like immediately my mind went to like, okay, this.
Right. Yeah, because we started talking about big blower. Naturally, I'm like, all right, what's the biggest blower you have? Let's make 1,200 horsepower. And then me and Doug, we had to keep reeling it back. And it's like, no. Like street cars, very mild manners.
The really good part about choosing this swap is that it's right at home, making those power numbers you were talking about, 750 wheel. The 2020 to 2022 GT500s, they come out of the gate with about 680, 700 wheel. This is just above that. And it's upgradable later on. Everything from pulling down, bigger throttle bodies, bigger lids and intercoolers, we make all those upgrades. But what we're gonna get you started with today is gonna allow you to swap everything onto this car in a custom situation and get it going.
Yeah.
So you got an engine, you got a control pack,
yeah,
and no blower with the engine.
No, it's just a factory Ford long block, so no supercharger.
We're going to give you this takeoff blower, factory 92 millimeter throttle body. We've already put a smaller hub on here. 2 7-inch pulley, should make about 15 pounds.
Right, so is that 3 pounds maybe more than stock?
Yeah,
something like that.
about 3 pounds. Big thing is with the swap, you've got to add in all the stuff that a supercharged car has from the factory. So fuel rails, number 8, make it easy to plumb a return style fuel system.
Yep.
Intercooler pump, wiring harness, injectors. We sell this stuff to guys with Coyotes all day long. Since you've got a Predator engine, you don't need our entire belt system. You just need a tensioner, basically, and a pulley.
So that's a popular swap too, right? Put this blower onto a Gen 1 or Gen 2 Coyote, which we had that in the car, but we wanted to upgrade the engine to the Predator.
It's become super popular, and honestly, I was kind of surprised. I was like the naysayer. I'm like, you need to buy all these parts, and they cost so much money.
Yeah.
Why don't you just buy a whole kit? But people love it. So we're here to support people enjoying their cars. A lot of times when we do the swaps, we do the factory GT throttle body, because this throttle body only works on the newer generations, and it makes a lot of power really quickly. Your car's got a built long block essentially, right?
Right, yeah, the factory Predator, I mean, that engine's capable of 1,200, 1,300 in its stock form. So, if we want to switch this to ethanol, there knows, guy, we're going to get out there on the 700 horsepower, and the thing's hooked up, and we don't know where it will go, but then we'll be getting the lid and the smaller pulley. But for now, we're gonna roll out with the more factory style format.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best thing to do. Start small, and then it's always easy to upgrade later on. Yeah, man, this is going to take care of you guys. We got a heat exchanger and cold air we're going to give you. You know, feel free to modify them to fit in your Fox body.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
All right. Thanks a lot. I can't wait to get it in the car.
Okay, so as you guys know, I've been racing Coyote engines for a long time. The valve covers have kind of progressed with the engines. There's been a few different aftermarket billet ones available on the market. Billet valve covers are a little pricey because they're so large, so much machine time has to go into it. But to me, they always had their flaw. Every version of the valve cover kind of has something that I didn't like about it. And when we designed the Motion Raceworks billet valve cover, I addressed all of the issues that I thought we had with the valve cover and the industry had. And to me, this is the nicest piece on the market. So let's start over here with our stock plastic valve cover. So if you get a Coyote engine from the factory, if you got a Gen 1, Gen 2, or Gen 3, you're gonna have a set of plastic valve covers on the engine, right? Now you put a power adder on it, you're making 1,000 horsepower. You put in our quick adapter fittings into the valve cover and then run a -10 or a larger AN hose to a catch can. Everything works good. Now you're making 1,500 horsepower. As your horsepower increases, your crankcase pressure, the ventilation needed for your engine, that also needs to increase with it. So what we run into here is now we could put the biggest fitting as you want on this. You put a 16 AN fitting on here, but you're going to be limited inside at the factory baffling. And on the plastic valve cover, this baffling is glued to the valve cover, so it's not serviceable. You couldn't take this apart, make it any better. At that point, this valve cover is no longer a good use for you, and then you move up here to the aluminum GT500 valve covers. These valve covers came on the Predator engine. When they came out, Ford Racing sold them. We're all like, sick, we can buy these valve covers, we can get more flow out of there, we can powder coat them, we can make it look nicer. This is a stock GT500 valve cover. It came off this engine. We do have the fittings to go to AN to these. The baffle in this valve cover, because it's alloy, is removable, so you can do some work to it, get this hole size a little bigger. And then what you end up with then is this valve cover. Okay, so this is actually a valve cover that was off of my car. Increasing the hose size here to this baffle system, again, you run out of area. The way the baffle works inside, there's only so much surface area that is actually breathing to the engine. So no matter what size hose you get to on these, you still don't have enough crankcase ventilation. So then what do? We weld a -20 onto the oil cap, right? Now you have 3 lines coming off your engine. The engine's breathing well, but you're collecting a lot of oil. This oil cap is directly over the timing chain. Oil sprays in there, fills your catch can up a lot. I ran these for a couple of years on my car. It worked with the 3 hoses. You know, we got the ventilation down, but the engine bay was ugly. I had a lot of oil in the catch can. So when Brent and the engineers at Motion got with me to help design this valve cover, the first thing order business was crankcase ventilation. We need a good baffle inside that can flow a -20, because 2 -20 vents on the engine on my car currently, supporting over 3,000 horsepower on methanol, plenty of flow. We have 1 pound of crankcase pressure. It's good. So first thing we did was address that. Now we do have fittings that we made that will adapt this down to a 10 AN. So if you're putting this billet valve cover on your 700 horsepower engine, you're obviously not going to run a 20 AN hose off of this engine to your catch can because it's not needed. It's giant. You're going to run like a -10, closer to a factory size. So we do have fittings available that will screw right in here, and then you can run that to a catch can. Baffle system, great. Next thing we wanted was to use the stock gasket. So these valve covers will come loaded with gaskets. Uses the factory gasket, so sealing is not an issue. Third thing we wanted to do was cut down some of the weight. These cast iron valve covers that you have to go to are a little over 8 pounds a piece, okay? Our billet valve covers are 4 pounds a piece. So at 8 pounds weight savings total for both, right off the front end of your car. And I don't know if you guys have bought a lot of products to save weight, but titanium products like that are very expensive. So to just replace an engine part with a better engine part that looks better, functions better, and you save 8 pounds, it's a win-win. Another thing that we did with our billet valve covers is this will work with your factory coil. The coil will go down, the seal will seal against this lip and bolt on just like stock. And we also sell a set of coil brackets for IG1A smart coils that bolt to these holes directly to mount your coils here for short spark plugs like you do. So it's a real clean, easy setup. We offer these valve covers currently in the race version with no VCT holes, so you don't have to run plugs or caps in there and look ugly. These are machine smooth. And we also offer a set of full stock VCT covers here. Now these current valve covers that we offer will fit Gen 1 Coyote, Gen 2 Coyote, Voodoo, and Predator. The Gen 3 valve covers, they have a cam sensor in the top and they have a cutout for an oil pump. And we are currently in design for Gen 3 valve covers, so they'll be out later this year. But currently we offer the non-VCT and the VCT version that fits the general base of all the Coyote engines that are out racing and driving around right now. The Gen 3 again will be following shortly. We have two color options on these valve covers. We have the black anodized and we also have a clear anodized. If you want that raw billet, more of a polished look, you can go with those. All right, so we have the new engine, new clutch, everything installed. Got the whole unit assembled, and we're gonna try to slip this thing in from the bottom of the car all in one piece. It's gonna be a little tight around the sway bar mounts. It was tight coming out there, but I'm pretty sure we can get it. Putting it in like this is gonna be nice, because then all we gotta do is pretty much plug it in and go. We set our airspace for the release bearing. Everything looks really nice there. Transit's good, we got the headers on. New wiring harness. This is a brand new Ford GT500 Predator wiring harness that's going to plug directly into our control pack. It actually laid up pretty nice. I cut all the stock mounts off of it and got it pretty clean for the billet valve covers. We reused the Coyote water system here, so the hoses that were on the car will just connect. The factory GT500 has like a big aluminum log, but this fits right on there. I have a Motion Raceworks water adapter here and our Motion Raceworks water adapter here. So we can do an AN hose. The factory Coyote metal hoses interfered with the throttle body and the boost bypass. So we got that there. Belt system's all on, alternator, blower belt. Got a 2.8 pulley to start. That should get us close to our goal. We do have a 2.7 pulley if we need to spice it up a little bit. We'll just kind of see how it goes. So we're gonna go ahead and stick this thing in.
All right, it's time.
It's time. Put it in position. At the factory in at Mercedes in Germany, they call this the marriage. I don't necessarily agree with that, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, it's a good marriage to happen for this car at least.
I mean, I don't know if this engine's marriage material or not, but see how it goes.
To say the least, it might be a little crazy.
We took it out on jack stands, but with the table, we can maneuver it and move it around because we're going to kind of have to fit it in the position. Otherwise, if you ever take an engine out like this and you do it on jack stands, you can mark the floor really well or something like that so you get it back in the same spot. But it's tough because everything's stationary, so if you're off a half inch, the bolts aren't going to line up.
Yep.
These tables are pretty cheap. It's rated at like the exact weight we have it on there, so it should be okay.
Precise. All right.
See? That easy.
Pretty much.
Feather swaps.
Yeah, you know.
We only had one casualty, and it's that I got dirty.
Yeah.
I hate getting dirty working on cars.
I got a little dirty too.
The car is now cleaner, so
yeah,
it's better for whoever's going to win it.
Exactly, 100%.
So we got it in there. Everything went good. I didn't scratch the valve covers, which I was a little worried about.
Had to use a little Dawn dish soap.
Yeah, we just had to, wedge it in. And these engines are so wide at the top, and these cars are so narrow. But she's in there. It's all bolted up, and looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, it looks really sick.
Yeah, it looks way cooler than a stock Coyote, just because you know that this thing is going to make some horsepower. So yeah, finish bolting it up, start getting the wiring plugged in, and hit the key.
You know. Sunday fun day.
That's it. All right. Sunday update. Worked on this Friday night, all day Saturday, pretty much all day today. It's to the point now where I want to start it. So fuel system's completely done, installed. We got the fuel filter up like by the factory location. I'm really happy the way it came out. The FluidWorks filter, FluidWorks regulator, all set up. Engine's in, plumb. I'm waiting on a fitting for the cooling system, so I have to weld a bung in the radiator because I'm going to change up some of the water lines a little bit just to do it the way I like it.
Yep.
So we won't have any water in the engine, but at least I can fire it, run it for a few seconds to make sure the rest of the systems are working okay. Obviously, you can tell there's some buttoning up to do, or this is just put the fender on. I took it off to make it easier to get to some of the wiring that I did. We got to mount the heat exchanger, plumb the intercooler. But other than that, it's pretty set. I have a little bit of the interior apart, but I think Monday afternoon, Tuesday, like we're gonna be doing burnouts in this deal.
Yeah, no doubt.
If it runs.
Yeah.
If it runs. So, brand new Ford engine. There's no tune yet, so we're gonna bring this to John Lund's this week, probably Thursday, to do a dyno day. But being that this is a stock control pack and we're using stock injectors, all the factory sensors, the calibration that comes in here just for a factory GT500 should fire this thing and run. Actually, we could drive it and it would be just fine. So, see how it goes.
Sweet, let's try it.
Yell, how about now?
How about now? Oh, first crank. The Coyote King.
Coyote King. Check for some leaks. Nothing running out of the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Hey.
A bit more spicy now.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Good factory tune-up.
Yeah. That's got a lot better than the prior.
Well, it's just that new car smoke from,
Yeah.
from the header. We don't have a breathers on the valve covers yet. Like I said, waiting on a couple fittings, but this is a monumental. Just gives you that energy to get the project to the finish line.
Yep.
A little cosmetic stuff, and guys, you can win this car. It's gonna be crazy. I'm really looking forward to meet who wins it and check it out. The builds come out better than I ever anticipated.
100%. Brett, left for a weekend, come back and this is done.
Yeah, you know the drill. You really get a lot done on the weekend when there's no one else in here and I can concentrate my time. Now, granted, it was about 30 hours worth of work I did in the weekend, but here it is, running.
Yeah, so, yeah, good thing we're not billing for your time. Be a lot of overtime. Oh, man. This thing turned out incredible, guys. This is my first look at seeing it, and it looks like it belongs in here. I know it gets said often, but it's unbelievable. It looks so freaking cool in here. It fills the whole engine bay up. Looks so modern.
Right, yeah, it's just, it's the perfect balance of like the factory car and then being like, this is a factory engine, and the billet valve covers really look good. I was actually like at first like, oh, I think it'd be cool with the stock ones because we're going for the stock theme. But
Yeah.
no chance. These are amazing in there.
And like changing it up gave you the chance to fix the wiring. So it had a big mess of wiring right there in the back. And now it just like mounts really cleanly down there. Like that's, I mean, it's a weatherproof factory style ECU, so it's like the perfect location for it.
Yeah, it's literally where they kind of live in the factory car. It's why the harness, it reaches there. Everything laid out really nice. We're going to make a nice panel to cover where it used to be. And that's sick. I mean, just turn the key and it fires it up.
Yep, got our new FluidWorks regulator on there. So this thing's nice and compact. And what's really cool is it's got a billet mount. So it's really easy to mount. And man, it all came together. There was a little bit of argument on this, but with the Flowmaster and the factory style exhaust, like it literally sounds a lot like a small block Ford, which is like my childhood.
Yeah, exactly. And this thing revs fast. Like it's It's a sick engine. This thing's gonna be.
I can't wait to drive it. So it looks like as of right now, we just got to get the
Heat exchanger
mounted for the intercooler
and a pump, and that's about it.
Dang.
Put the bumper on, and then it's together. A couple little work on the inside, button up the interior, and we're gonna go to the dyno.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. What you've got it together. How you feel like? What do you think it's gonna make on the dyno? Because we can reference this in future videos.
Right. Like, I mean, it should make 780. I think 780 is going to be close to what it makes with this 2.8 pulley, the pump gas, how it's set up. We do have a 2.7 pulley, so if it makes 780 or a little more, like super easy, we want to make 800, maybe we'll change the pulley.
But our goal with this thing is, you know, as good as E85 is and all that stuff, we want this thing to be able to drive everywhere. And in our, you know, uses of cars on drag and drive, E85 isn't always that easy to find, and we don't want to limit anybody. So if we can make this thing make 780 on pump gasoline, like 91, 93 octane, that's freaking home run.
Right. When it comes to a car, like an actual car you're going to drive, it has to run on 93.
Yeah.
Like, because you got to plan a trip or look for a station.
You can truly drive across the country this way.
Yeah, and this thing's probably going to get 22 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
You know,
or better. It's so much lighter than a GT500.
Oh, that's true.
And it's a 6-speed, so like it's fun. I bet it might get like 25, 28 miles a gallon. I don't know. Hard to say.
Kind of hard to beat.
Yeah. So, I mean, my intention, my goal, I would love to see somebody get this thing and be able to drive it from here to Colorado or something like that. That'd be sick.
Yeah, this thing. Put some miles on it.
Yep. Might as well. That's what it's for. So. All right, guys, so a lot of you, when we installed our active catch can on the Calypso car, were asking about, hey, it's going to be hard to drain that thing. We did take this off when we had the Coyote come out of it, and there was very little to no oil. So that engine was in very good health. It definitely had some dampness, but it wasn't full of oil by any stretch of any imagination. We expect this one will be about the same deal. But nevertheless, this product we came out with earlier this year, it's our remote catch can drain kit, and it is an absolute lifesaver. We didn't have it here when we originally put this all together because we're doing it down here at TBM Brakes. This thing gives you everything you need to easily drain this from an easy spot, so it doesn't really dictate where you mount it. You can mount it where it needs to be mounted and drain it where it needs to be drained. So I'll dig into it and show you. It's very simple, but it's a huge benefit and makes things really. All right, so our catch cans all come with a petcock, a little brass piece that you turn to empty it. This one we had a plug in because we couldn't reach it, so obviously a perfect candidate for this. So the kit comes with 2 push-to-connect fittings, so one would go on the bottom of the can, and then one would go on the top of this fitting that we machine and give you in this kit. So the line is going to connect between the two, and so that's your 2 fittings there. We have a mount for the frame as well as some C-clips to hold it in place. We even give you hardware to mount it to whatever piece of sheet metal or whatever you're mounting it to. And then you would just put the petcock in the bottom of this. So it gives you everything you need to essentially, instead of draining it from here, drain it from 3 to 4 foot from the location with a very simple, lightweight kit to do it. Alright guys, so last step is just getting that heat exchanger mounted, right?
Yeah, this is the radiator. So GT500 engine has a liquid temp sensor also for the coolant, and the factory block I didn't want to use, so I'm going to move it to the radiator and put one of the water lines to the radiator just so the engine bay is nice and clean. So Jim's loading that up, then the heat exchanger is going to go on, and we take it for a spin.
Oof, fire me up, dude. It's going to be really fun. Brett said I have to hear this thing run before I leave town, which is tomorrow, so I said challenge accepted.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we got our fabricator on the job, and should have it done here pretty soon. Oh, it's looking pretty spicy, Brett.
Yeah, it's getting the final touches. I'm gonna drive this unit.
I feel like I could just see your momentum picking up as you're working on it. So you and Jim got the heat exchanger on here from VMP. Showed those guys earlier in here.
Yep.
That kind of laid out really nice, actually.
Yeah, so it's got their upgraded brick in here, they call it, basically the heat exchanger inside. There's a factory pump over here, and it's going to exchange the hot water, cool it off in this radiator, and put it back in the blower.
That's awesome. So keep things cool, because we're going to, I mean, it's not all the boost, but it's got a lot of boost in it.
Yeah, I think I think it's going to make with this pulley like 13 pounds,
Yeah.
which gets us where we need to get. And we have another pulley that'll make 15 if we feel like playing with it.
We're not racing this thing.
Yep.
So what 13 pounds translates into is burnout anytime, anywhere, as long as you have your foot on the gas.
It's going to be very responsive. The things with superchargers this style, they're so much fun to drive because it's instant boost, instant horsepower, a ton of torque.
Yeah, it's literally the perfect power adder for hot rod street application. So, and it's looking pretty finalized. We were able to reuse the cold air intake from the NA motor, so that's nice.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good.
Even more factory looking touches. And yeah, coming along. So, can't wait to take a ride in this thing. What do you think? Can we drive it?
Yeah, I think that zip tie some wires up because the inside's all the way not together, but you need to drive it before you leave.
That's true hot rod in fashion. I feel like you should drive it first. You did the majority of the work. I'll just ride along. Thing is just absolutely incredible. I just checked off the list. Bleeding brakes, intercooler pump, bleeding intercooler, and bleeding steering. It's all done, right?
Yeah, pretty close to doing that. Kind of mess with the steering now.
Amazing. So we went ahead and did a remote fill for the intercooler reservoir. And then this thing has power, electric, hydraulic for steering and brakes. So one thing that's pretty cool about that, a lot of people ask us often, can I run power brakes? Absolutely, you can run power brakes with our race brakes and our street brakes. Of course, there are some safety concerns on drag racing, like if your engine shuts off and you don't have power brakes, like you don't have that to assist, so it's a lot harder. It doesn't work quite as well. So manual is kind of a safety deal, but on our XS3s, definitely don't have to have manual brakes. You can use factory master cylinders and all that stuff. The main thing is making sure we have enough pressure. So as long as there's adequate pressure to operate the brakes, which power definitely usually delivers that, then you're good to go.
Whoa, you're gonna let Jim break in the club? Oh,
No, Brett. I'm not allowed to break in the clutch. They said I can drive it, but I can't break it in. I'll have you know that was not my fault. I still think.
broke in the class clutch, so I don't want to pull the trans out.
The problem with a car with full exhaust is it's not as easy to pull a transmission as a turbo car where it comes out the front. So it's not the first startup, but it's the first one I'm going to be hearing. So I'm pretty excited, guys. I'm not going to lie.
So good now.
At least better than any swap box, I think. Like, you're
So-
showing pictures of other ones, I'm like, oh yeah, we did a good job.
Yeah, this looks neat. Yeah, it's super.
Yeah,
cool.
like-
It was hard to get the perspective of without everything in there. Now,
After hours performance over here.
yeah,
Golly, this thing is so clean. And like any good first drive in a vehicle, it's not completely put together on the inside. So, you know, that's what it is.
If it's one thing I've learned building a lot of cars or even working on factory
It might
cars,
have to come back apart.
more than likely you're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
So you leave the fender liners off,
Yeah.
you leave some access panels
Leave the
off,
pretty stuff off until you're good with it.
and then best
Yeah.
case scenario, you got to put it back together.
Yep, exactly. So it's got to go together either way. The thing looks incredible, though. It's not like zip tied together and held together by bubble gum. It literally looks freaking awesome. All right, fire it up, dude.
All right.
So this is the out-of-box tune. It just literally just comes to life. That Ford Racing Power Pack's pretty sweet in that regard. Sounds nasty. Man, it sounds good. So it may have gotten a little louder than before.
Oh, yeah. We got more horsepower. Right?
Yeah, we got some more pressure coming off the exhaust. Wow, this thing's amazing. Nice and quiet up here.
super nice.
So sick. So freaking sick. Dude,
Style.
it's like a factory car, man. So they didn't make them this cool from the factory.
No,
present or previous day. This is literally the best of both worlds. No squeaks, no rattles, no leaks. It's almost like you know what you're doing, dude.
Sometimes.
Sounds really good in the car. Like when it was cold, it was kind of loud, but it like the exhaust warmed up. It's really good. Yeah. Like this is how a car is supposed to sound. It's freaking awesome. So sick, dude. I'm a little bit at this point jealous of whoever wins this car.
No doubt. It's like got the best parts we could put on it. It's done really well.
It's getting too good for it to not be in my personal collection, and legally I can't do that. So like, this is crazy, dude.
It's sick.
Nice work, man. I'd call that a success. I gotta get some exhaust note. Hold on one second. Keep that running. Dude, it's sick. It sounds good. It's loud, but it's like very good tone. Jim said he's taking it to a burnout just as soon as you get done messing with this.
No doubt.
You guys got some FOMO from the last time we had a track.
Yeah, maybe we'll just let him go and make the first pass in it this time. And
Well, we're gonna make the dyno appointment, so that's pretty sick.
yeah, I don't think there's anything major. I'm gonna go over it, bleed the clutch some, get the interior back together, and then drive it some more tonight, break the clutch in some more.
Yeah.
Go to the dyno tomorrow and probably go to Street Heat on Saturday, let some people check it out. I don't think we're gonna race it.
Okay,
But
okay.
it's a grand opening of the track. BMP's opening back up, so Victor and Garrett are gonna be out there. So if you guys want to come check out the car,
Yeah.
be out there.
I'm guessing they'll probably make its way into their videos so you guys can get their reaction on it, but it's incredible.
I'll leave my helmet at home so we can't race
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And we don't have the new tires for the back.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not gonna do anything.
We're getting ready to
on
put
the
some
street.
new Nittos on the back, but we figured we'd leave these ones on there to burn it off. That's been one of the questions people have brought up. You guys are going to wear all the parts out in the tires. Like,
No.
when you guys get it, it'll have new tires on it. It'll be good to go.
Right.
We're going to have fun with this thing in the meantime, because in the meantime, it's still our car.
Well, yeah, and we need to test this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if flooring a car is going to break it, then it's not built right anyway. Like,
Exactly.
This thing is built to be at wide open throttle for an extended period of time.
Yep.
If something breaks, it's better for us to break it and fix
Yeah.
it before you win it.
It's a GT500 engine.
Yeah, like this
you guys
thing-
have seen what they can do on the road course, on the racetrack, all that stuff. We're not going to treat it any worse than anybody else would.
It's not stressed. That's what
And
it's built
when it's done being tuned, it's going to have a good, safe tune in it that is not on the ragged edge, you know, pump gas, all that stuff. So, like, we're really trying to make this thing user-friendly, reliable, durable, all that stuff. Because that's what it deserves to be. It's a beautiful car, and we hope somebody else can enjoy it at some point later and not have to worry about it. So that's pretty much how we built the whole thing, like as if we were keeping it, even though we don't get to. So. Well, guys, there you have it. The Calypso Fox body is alive with the GT500 motor, making over 700 horsepower. I'm gonna think it's gonna be closer to 800, but we're gonna find that out here pretty soon, because the next stop is the dyno. But you've seen it, it's done, this thing's running, and we have plenty of time to have a lot of fun with it. I'm so excited for somebody to potentially win this thing. Guys, every $5 you spend at Motion Raceworks or tbmbrakes.com now through October 5th gets you one entry to win this thing automatically. So if you got shirts, you got car parts, you got whatever to buy, it gets you an entry. No purchase necessary. See the website for full details. We are so freaking stoked about this thing, and we hope you guys are too. This may be the most perfect, like, hot rod 80s 90s street car driver that we've ever encountered. And yeah, maybe saying that a little bit biasly, but it's freaking awesome. So hope you guys enjoy it. Stay tuned for the next video. We got plenty more coming your way and a lot more around the corner. And this thing is far from over yet. Next stop is Lund Motorsports for a little bit of tune action, and then maybe we might take it to the track. Hope you guys enjoy it. Tune in. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.